everyone. Just wanted to talk about OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. Now, I suffer. Well, I suffer from it in different ways. Especially normally when I'm, supposed to go somewhere, an appointment, or even if visiting friends, or just even into town or something like that. When I'm stressed out. Normally I sort of like pack my stuff and then forget what I've packed, so unpack it and pack it again and check in and constantly checking that I've packed everything that I need, going around every room checking drawers and that I've got everything that I need, packing it up, unpacking it again, repacking it, checking my change, checking my money, checking that I've got all my bank cards, checking this, checking that, checking this, checking that. And I've got to say, I've not done that this morning. I got my stuff together. Well, I had most of my stuff together last night, just in different places. Put it all into one spot, packed my bag, and my bag's packed. I've not checked it once. It's weird. It's just really, really weird. Yeah, I thought I'd share that with you. It's amazing what patterns you get stuck in for so many years. I mean, Creamfields is a nightmare when I go to a festival, because I've got tents and all sorts to pack as well, and checking if that's all there and packed correctly and waterproofed, and oh god, and it's just like days before, isn't it? A big list of things, and even with lists I tick things off, and I'm like, well, did I put that in or not? Even though I've ticked it off, and I'll unpack again and pack it again. And it's like, ah, it's just hours and hours of unpacking and packing. It's just a nightmare. But yeah, I've packed all my stuff up, and just once. It's just really, really weird. Really weird. Yeah, so I thought I'd share that with you. It's a good feeling. Very good feeling. It just goes to show, certain things you can recover from. I'm quite shocked with myself. I know I started doing it with when I was going to see my friend Heather down in Runcorn. I'd start when I first started going down there. Yeah, I'd pack and unpack and repack and unpack. But yeah, it got less and less and less, and it's just got to a point now where it's just the once, and it's very strange. It's good strange though, definitely. I'm not complaining at all. It's amazing. But it just goes to show how you can, in the right circumstances, you can heal. Yeah, I never thought I'd be like this. It's quite amazing to feel. Just feel calm before I go anywhere. It's very strange after so long. But yeah, anybody out there that does suffer from mental health issues, OCD and stuff like that, really, really, I do suggest that you see what's going on around you that's making you trigger into these sorts of things. I know that the actual sort of like going away or appointments can be a trigger as it is, but there's so much more to why we act like we do. But not just me, and not just mentally ill. Everybody has their triggers, good and bad. When the bad ones take over, post-traumatic stress disorder, and it's hard to get out. It's hard to get out of that trigger. I mean, I keep saying it to people that I know. You're trying to calm yourself down. As soon as that trigger's gone off, the bad ones, obviously not the good ones. The good ones are good ones. Always keep them going as much as possible. But yeah, your brain, once it keeps getting triggered and triggered and triggered in a bad way, it instantly goes to that. It it goes to that frame of mind, that state of mind. Well, this is my own sort of findings anyway with my own mental illnesses. And your brain just stays in survival mode. It's used to survival mode. It doesn't know how to function out of survival mode. So you need to take it out of it physically, with your surroundings, with what you watch on TV or online or whatever. You know, if you're constantly watching negative stuff, I know it's nice to keep up with current events and things, but the media at the moment is all about getting into your head, making you fearful, making you shut down into survival mode. Because when you're shut down into survival mode, it's like a toxic relationship. You'll do exactly what you're told to do because you're just in automatic mode, and you're too fearful to do anything else. And your brain, it shuts down and it starts coping in strange ways. I mean, like to me, or to anybody else that suffers with OCD and things like that, it's not strange, it's normal, it's natural. It's the getting better that's the strange part. Very much so. It's just very strange. But yeah, when you start taking your focus away from the negative and you're allowed to have positive influences around you and allowed to think positively and feel positively, it really does change your brain structure, how your brain reacts. It swaps that survival mode for normal mode. Not that, you know, people like me know the normal mode. This is why it's so strange to just be able to cope. Just by simply packing my my backpack, you know, to take on a trip. Yeah, I got up on purpose. Well, not on purpose early, but I woke up early. It's probably because I've had a lot of sleep lately. So yeah, I was wide awake at about 4:20 this morning. So yeah, I started packing, and I thought I'm going to need this time to, you know, to make sure that I'm ready at least an hour before I need to leave. Just in case I need to check stuff. Because it used to be a faff, you know, I'd get all anxious and it would be, I'd be faffing around, not, you know, oh god, not knowing what I was doing really, you know, in a head spin constantly. Have I done this, have I done that, you know, constant worry and flap. It's just weird. It's just weird not to do that anymore. But yeah, it is possible to change the way that your brain works. Switching it over from that survival mode into normal mode, I think it's worked wonders for me. Seriously, I can't explain it, just how freeing it has been. I just can't explain it. It's very difficult, but you know, it's worth every step of the way. You know, if you're ever thinking of going into therapy, you know, it is worthwhile. Stick with it. There will be days where you don't want to go, and there will be days where you won't go. You won't want to get out of bed. But having sort of like a positive structure when just before you go, or just after you come home, you know, from therapy sessions, a little reward for yourself. You know, like encouraging a child to go, you know, to go to school for the first time or something like that, you know, and you give them treats, you know, oh yeah, you've done really well, you know, and they feel proud of themselves, you know. Do that for yourself, you know. I used to do that just with music, you know, and little rewards after. Do something nice for myself, even if it was just to have an ice cream or a nice bar of chocolate or something like that. I know not everybody's into that sort of thing, and you know, fitness and all that, it might not be a good thing, but even a walk, you know, a walk to your favourite place, or just with your music, favourite piece of music before you go in, or after you come out, or both, you know. It's just a bit of a reward system, so you feel like you've achieved something. and your body reacts to that, your brain reacts to that. It's like, oh, I like that, I'll do that again, you know, I'm going to get a nice reward before and after, if I've been a good girl type thing, or a good boy, depending on who you are. You know, it's one of those, it's giving yourself a pat on the back, being positive about your accomplishments, no matter how small, you know. If you make a good brew, a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or something like that, you know, you're good at making toast or whatever, you know, celebrate it, you know, oh, well done, I'm good at that, you know. Even the little ones' accomplishments, they all spiral into self-confidence and a little bit of positivity about yourself, towards yourself. I was looking on Facebook last night and I saw a post, and it was I can't remember how it went, but it was basically somebody had put a meme up about how they felt so alone and nobody valued them, and you can't put all that value in somebody else. Self-worth is, you know, you have to develop that yourself. You can't put all of that on someone else. You can't put your self-worth in the control of somebody else's hands. It just defeats the meaning of it, you know. It's self-worth. So if you're sat back wanting to get value and some you know, worth from somebody, it's not going to happen. That's the whole point of self-worth. You have to value yourself. Self-value be proud of what you can do, no matter how little. It's still your accomplishments, you know. We keep comparing ourselves to all these people on, you know, around the world and everything like that, you know. We want to be the next top whatever, you know, next top gamer, next top streamer, next top celebrity, you know. What's it all for, you know? It's not going to bring you anything, it's not going to bring you joy, you know, if you've got no self-worth, and you can't really get self-worth from anybody else. It's the whole thing, self. You've got to give it yourself first. Value yourself, love yourself, because you are worthy of love. You're worthy of your own value, you know. I keep saying, write down everything that you're good at, even if it is like making a cup of tea or a slice of toast or whatever, you know, doing that, you know, stupid little things, you know. I'm good at making raindrop noises with my gob, whatever, you know. Not everybody can do that, you know. Not everybody can do the things that you can do. I can't do anything that, you know, a lot of things that other people can't do, you know, but, you know, I'm quite capable of learning, especially now my brain's a bit better. I'm processing information better. I'm not stressing out on things that I can't control anymore. And that's another thing, control. You can only control the here and now. You can't control the future. You can't control the past. It's gone. The future's not here yet. It's not written. You know, and it's the choices that you make that determine how it's going to turn out. You can change your life so much. And I know when you're depressed and suffering with mental illness, it's hard to get around that. The fact that the world is open to you in whatever way you want. You just have to sort of get your head around thinking positively about yourself and that you're capable of doing stuff, after being preconditioned to think that you're a piece of shit and you're worthless and you know, you've not got anything to offer this world. Just being kind and loving is offering, you know, something to the world, because this is what we need right now. It's just little things like that, you know. Like they say, you know, there's a big wide ocean there, but how many drops does it take to make that ocean? You know, we can all do our little individual part to make this world a better place. We might not be able to do, change the world as a whole by ourselves, but individually we can. It's down to us as individuals to make changes in our own way of thinking, our own way of being. There's been a battle, I suppose, of toxic thinking, and that's how our world is at the moment. You don't trust your neighbours, you don't trust the person walking down the street. We don't help people well, there's a lot of us that don't help people anymore. I mean, there are people out there like us, the empaths, we can't help but care for people. That's just in our nature. But like the toxic people, it's just in their nature to be greedy and to look after themselves. And we just need to change all this, and we let people walk all over us. These toxic people walk all over us and cause so much harm, not just physically but mentally as well. It needs to change, but I'm just here to say that we can change. We don't have to be downtrodden. If we have belief in ourselves, just as a human being that we are, we can move mountains. We can do so much. And then, if we're doing it in our own little bubble that we have at home, in our souls, we all have this little bubble inside of us, that little conscience that comes up and tells us right from wrong, that's intuition. Good from bad, good from bad. And if you do something bad, it's going to come back on you. If you do something good, it's going to come back on you as well. It all depends on what you want to put out into the universe. Thinking positively about yourself is the number one way to move forward. And it's nice to have the encouragement from other people, definitely. But you need to find a place where you don't need that encouragement from anyone. You know for a fact that you're a good person, and you can do it yourself. You can encourage yourself to do these things, and it's a great place to be. Self-awareness and self-love, self-worth, knowing your value just as a human being. It's a beautiful place to be. Anyway, I've waffled on for nearly 20 minutes now, so I actually forgot the point of this. Oh, it was my OCD, wasn't it? I suppose I get an OCD with waffling on, I don't know. But yeah, I just want to say that, yeah, you can change. I'm proof. Oh dear, I'm still trying to get my head around it. It's just amazing, it really is. I just want to pass on that knowledge to everyone else. You are capable. You can change for the better. Well, you don't have to change it. It's not changing. It's being who you really are inside, and not being ashamed to open up to who you are inside, and showing the world. I never thought I'd be the sort of person to sit here and just show the world who I really am. And yeah, here I am. I was the shyest person you'd ever meet growing up. But yeah, that was all to do with the abuse as well, and no self-worth. Being downtrodden by certain members of my family. But also partners through my life as well, and you'll never get the encouragement from somebody that you can get from yourself. When you know who you are, nobody can hurt you. Nobody can use your past against you. This is why I'm being so open with who I am. There's no ammunition for anybody there. Yeah, go back into my past. Yeah, I've done bad things. I've had bad things happen to me. I've done lots of things I shouldn't have done, but I've learnt lessons, And that's what it's all about. You know, people say making mistakes, or I made a big mistake. Yeah, take it as a lesson. Instead of making it into something negative, turn it into something positive. Well, yeah, I had a lesson to learn, and I learned it the hard way, the very hard way. And I wish I had learnt them a lot sooner, but I didn't know any better. Nobody was there to teach me about this. I had to find all this out for myself. Up until a certain point, obviously there was organisations that then did teach me, you know, through domestic violence and also through therapy, you know. But a lot of it I had to find out for myself, especially about my own illnesses, mental illnesses, and just about how my own head worked. It took a long time, but I got there in the end. Slow and steady wins a race, and it does. And this is my time now to enjoy who I am and be proud of who I am, and to pass on my knowledge to other people. I'm waffling on again. I'm going to start it again. Right. Anyway, I need to get on, make myself another brew, get dressed, and then I'm ready to go. I'm sort of like about 3 hours early from going. But yeah, all I've got to do is get dressed and feed the cat, and then I'm ready to go. But thank you everybody for liking, subscribing and sharing, all your beautiful comments, all your support. It's absolutely amazing. And take care everyone, and see you soon. Bye bye.